Okay.
It's world's smallest violin, AJR.
True,
The
true.
world's smallest violin. An audience.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna start.
What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know. Awkward silence. That's what's happening. Okay. Um, I'll start. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another podcast episode. This is your host, Kawa, and I'm here with.
Hey, I'm Himiko.
And today we're going to be diving into everything about dreams. And yeah, we're going to talk about dreams today. So,
So, out of curiosity, because you're too busy laughing already. We're not even really into it. This is going great.
it's going fantastic.
So it's just like a starting thing for the whole topic of dreams. I'm curious, why do you believe humans dream in the first place? That's actually something that like a lot of scientists have not actually figured out. There's multiple theories for it. So I'm just curious, why do
Mm,
you believe humans dream?
Personally, like, I think it's your dreams are like a representation of like what your brain is trying to tell you, but like you can't like comprehend. Because I'm definitely the kind of person who like when I have specific dreams, like oh I dreamt like my teeth are falling out, or like for example, or like I'm getting chased by something, and then I like searched up the meaning, and it would be like wait I am actually experiencing certain events in my life that correlate with that. So I definitely think because there's like I think there's some like research that like is trying to prove that theory, and I definitely think I align with that the most. Is that it has to do with your like I don't know, like I think it's definitely like your emotions that you're feeling, but you can't really like put them into words or like really cognize them yet. So maybe your brain's just kind of like, hey, like let's just give you another scenario to like help you understand it. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know. What
think
about
that
you?
makes a lot more sense than what I've always been told or heard. I've
Really?
always heard like, oh, the reason you have dreams is because of like it's helping process your day-to-day life
Mm,
and like your different like emotions and stuff like that,
mm,
which I guess somewhat makes sense, but I feel like I've also heard that theory that you're going off of that it's like more trying to tell you something that like you're not fully able to like process normally.
mm,
I feel like that makes much more sense because thinking of the case of like, oh, help you process like your memories or your emotions, like your day-to-day life, like I feel like that one it somewhat covers it, but on other points it's like doesn't make sense because like I've mostly heard it's like, oh, it's trying to process your day-to-day life. Okay, then why do you have dreams of your teeth falling out? Like, did that happen in your day-to-day life? Like,
yeah, yeah, on Tuesdays only though. But,
or like, but so then going off of that, so I can assume you are someone who can visually see your dreams, correct?
I find it's on and off. Like lately, actually, it's so weird. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why. But recently, my dreams have been so much more vivid than they have like in the beginning of the year, I guess. And it was just kind of out of nowhere too. I don't know if it's like something maybe my diet or like maybe I'm just getting better sleep or something or I don't know. But my dreams have been more vivid. But when they are vivid, yeah, like I definitely would say I see them pretty like I can visualize things pretty well. What about you?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like I whenever I do dream, I visualize them well. I can more feel myself like in them, but I
Mm,
know I can't remember what it's actually called. Like there's like a thing where like a lot of like there's certain people who actually like when they have dreams, they don't visualize anything. And same for like when they think of like their memories and stuff, like they can't visualize them.
is it like can they
So
sense
that's
things though or no?
they can sense things, but it's from what I've heard it's much more of like a
Oh,
like
it's
emotional
aphantasia.
type of.
Aphantasia, I think.
Yeah, that's what's called.
Yeah, I just searched it.
Ah, I mean, that
There
works.
we go. The sources. We got podcast sources now, guys.
But yeah, so that's why I kind of asked that was the case of like what more causes like if you more actually saw the stuff and like the reason why you can see stuff and I don't know exactly how this correlates with why like sometimes you can't and sometimes you can. The reason why some of them seem more vivid is called REM sleep.
Mm, yeah,
I
I've
don't know
heard
if you
of
know what
that.
that is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So REM sleep is supposed to be kind of uh, a stage in you sleeping that like your brain is more like running, like your heart rate act like it raises your blood pressure. So it's supposed to be like a stage before waking up that is pretty much the same as waking up.
Yeah.
So like your brain and everything's much like processing at the normal speed you would be wake when you're awake or like close to it. Same for heart rate, blood pressure, etc.
It's interesting.
So that's why like at some points like oh this dream you might have seen very little of anything. But this other dream, you can feel your heart racing, like you feel like it's actually happening.
Mm.
That's caused by REM sleep. REM
Yeah.
sleep is, I don't, like I said, I don't know what causes REM sleep itself. Some say it's because it's like whenever you're in a deeper sleep, it allows for that to like for your body to fully go through like each of the steps to have a nice, like a restful sleep.
Like a full
But
sleep.
I don't, right. But I
Yeah.
don't know for sure
Yeah, makes
if
sense.
that's like what it is, but that's at least what I've been told is
Yeah.
that's more of the case of whenever you get more rest, you go through each stage, you kind of like REM sleep is supposed to be like that final stage before waking up because then your body is already pretty much going. You're not waking up and then that's why people feel like a common connection between that and waking up and feeling tired.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
didn't have like REM sleep, you wake up feeling more tired because then your brain and your heart rate and everything are still like all just kind of kicking into gear compared
Yeah.
to whenever you had REM sleep because you already like are on that stage.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I did like a when I was in school for psych, we had like a chapter on I think it was like just dreams period. And I remember wait, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'll cut this part out. Wait.
No, you're good. It's,
Continue what you were
you don't have
saying.
to cut it out.
Okay.
I was like,
Cuz
it's more fun
my
whenever we
brain
do just.
my brain went to like, oh, I had this one point, but then I was like, wait, I want to remember the other point I was going to say. And then now I got backlogged and now yeah. Just short circuited a little bit, but it's okay. Yeah, all I know is like a REM, so like rapid eye movement is when
Yeah.
like your most vivid and intense dreams happen. So oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, when I did the unit on dreams and stuff, I remember like I did this little experiment because you had to do like a little experiment and stuff. And I found that I am more grumpy when I wake up during REM than after like the end period of REM. So like there's like a specific
Well, yeah,
timer,
because
and then yeah.
that's once again it's the case of, and that's why I believe I've not heard, but at least I believe if you don't actually have like a REM sleep, that's why like it is thought that you don't like you wake up more tired because once again if you wake up in the middle of the REM sleep, REM like that process is more of like it's starting.
Mm,
Like you're starting to wake up, your heart rate's starting to go, your brain activity starting to increase. So without it, I feel like it would make sense that like oh you feel more tired. Same for the case of like oh if you wake up in the middle of it, you're gonna feel more tired than you did
yeah.
say whenever it compared to if you woke up afterwards because your brain is once again still trying to more process itself as well as like heart rate and everything's more still starting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, actually, wait, going back to your like initial question about like why we have dreams. See, okay, that's like for me, like what I gave was like my like psychological reasoning, but I also have like I have a bit of a spiritual side, we'll say that. And mostly just because of like I've had dreams before where like I've dreamt something happened and then it didn't happen in real life, but then later it happened. Only twice. This only happened twice. Like the one time I remember so vividly, it was such a weird obscure thing to dream about. But when I was in high school, I had a dream that my like my friend showed me, she was in Walmart with me, okay? Me and my friend were at Walmart, and then she showed me a picture of my teacher, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, our teacher got engaged. Look at this." And I was like, "That's crazy," because like my teacher was the kind of like she was like the kind of woman who was like, "I'm never gonna get married. I'm never gonna fall in love." Blah blah blah. And then so she showed me this photo in my dream. I was like, that's not real. I woke up, whatever. I went to school. We were in the cafeteria. We weren't exactly at Walmart, but like same concept. She like showed me her phone, the exact same photo I saw in my dream, and she was like, "Hey, like look who's in a relationship." And I was like, "What? That's crazy." Cuz like my teacher had us on Facebook and stuff for like music stuff and whatever. So, but yeah, I was like, that's wild. Like no way. And then It was just a weird like thing, like unexplainable thing. That and because I asked her, I'm like, did you not show me this before? She's like, what? Never. And I was like, were we not at Walmart before? She was like, what are you on about? Like, no. And to me, like that's just something I cannot fathom. So like, I still think dreams are like a huge mystery. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And that's why like there are like of course scientific theories as to why people dream,
Mhm.
but it's not something that's proven.
Mhm.
Like there's nothing strongly backing it up as to why we dream.
Mhm.
So that's kind of why I wanted to more have this topic because I find the whole dream thing extremely interesting,
Yeah.
especially because like the different like ways people experience it. Some people only feel like more emotional, they don't actually see like visualize it. Some
Yeah.
people believe they can control it. Some people say like it's just like a normal thing. Others will like sleepwalk. Like I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
do it. Like have you ever dealt with like sleepwalking or sleep talking
Well,
like yourself?
my sister had a roommate that slept walk, so I know she's had experiences with her, and she said that like, yeah, like, well, you're, I know, all I know is you're not supposed to wake up somebody when they're sleepwalking, because they can like think you're actually attacking them, and then, because it like transfers to their dreams and stuff. So like let's say they're sleepwalking and they're in the middle of like doing something, and you start like trying to wake them up, they might assume you're like whatever they're dreaming about and actually try to attack you or like So that's why you shouldn't wake up somebody sleepwalking. But other than that, I don't really. Do you have an experience or?
So I used to sleepwalk,
Really? You
and
did?
I
Or you do still?
yes, no, at
Okay.
least not I haven't in quite a while. And sleepwalking's usually thought to be because like stress, anxiety, or like stuff along those lines. But like I remember one time I was at my dad's house
Mm-hmm.
and I had like an extremely vivid dream. And like I don't remember most of my dreams, so like this shows you like had to be vivid. I remember very little of my dreams.
Okay.
So I had a very vivid dream like that one day like I was at my dad's and I couldn't like I can't tell you like the whole thing, but I remember like my dad and my brothers were just like they were leaving. They went out to like the car. They were going somewhere and they just like forgot me. So like
Mm-hmm.
in my dream, like I like panicked. I like rushed to wake up.
Really?
Was trying to like quickly get outside the door and everything. So like I unlocked it and everything and sleep. And my dad woke me up. And he, like questioning what I was doing. It's because of the sleepwalking, thinking they left. That I was like, my body was like instinctively like going to try to catch up with them, figure out where they're going, what's happening.
Oh my gosh, no way.
And like I know I've had like a few other ones where like it's not as much sleepwalking as like I've had like multiple times where I've been like a state that's like similar. Like I've had numerous times where like I'm like barely awake, like I'm slightly awake, but it's like not fully. So like I've
Yeah.
had times where I thought like my mother was calling me and like I went to go see what was happening, like why she's
Oh.
calling me, why she wasn't responding, and like I would like walk to her room and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Huh.
And it would be like the case of like I would usually respond with, "Sorry, thought you were calling me. I don't know. I'm barely awake." Then I'd go back to my room and like instantly pass back out. But like I've had times where it's like that too, where it's like I'm just barely awake enough to if someone talks to me, I know they are and like to know what's more happening. But like
Okay.
then they're like I said, I've had like a few experiences where I have like just was just sleepwalking
Mm.
and just straight up just my dad would like wake me up and like I'd be confused as to where I even was.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sounds like honestly, I feel like I'd be like low key terrified. I don't know. Cause like if you don't know where
I
you
mean,
are and stuff, like is it scary
I
for you
mean,
or?
it's like it's like it's been years since I've done it. I remember like it was like that more of like confusion over scary
That's
whenever it
fair.
did happen before because like for a moment I didn't know where I was. Then after like I more like fully woke up and processed it, I realized it's just downstairs at my dad's house or in
Yeah.
my mother's room or something like that. Like it was never like, oh, I woke up in the middle of the street or something like that. I always was in the
Okay,
house.
that's good. See, that would be scary if you woke up in the middle of a street. Hopefully, no one's done that.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you it has like
Mm,
numerous times. Because like
yeah.
the amount of people who do sleepwalk, like I don't know, of course, like numbers wise, but I know quite a bit of people do sleepwalk.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it's like realistically, there's had to have been a few different cases where like, oh, someone woke up and they're in the middle street or they're just out in like the yard or something and they just don't even really realize until they wake up due to something.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Yeah, no.
And so that does kind of lead into like another question I do have. So like I said, like usually sleepwalking has to deal with more of like stress, anxiety, something like more worrying you. Like my
Mhm.
case was like thought my family was leaving without me, and that's like more of like it's kind of like the case like a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you like if you would say have a reoccurring nightmare? What do you think it would be trying to like? What do you think it would like has like a deeper meaning? Like same for like dreams in general. I know you
Mhm.
said like you believe dreams are like more of like getting to the bottom of your psyche, like trying to tell you something it can't like you can't fully portray. But do you think dreams are I mean nightmares are like the same way? Or do you think a nightmare is just like completely a different thing?
Okay.
What are you
So
laughing
I'm
about?
laughing because like my instinct was like, what do I have nightmares about? And then I was like, the funny answer is I have nightmares about running in my ex, but like I don't know, I feel like that's a common thing people dream about. So I mean, the deeper meaning would probably be meaning like not wanting to meet up with my ex cuz life. Um I don't know. Yeah, other than that, like I'm trying to think if I have any like vivid dreams. Like I definitely have had those like chasing dreams. Like I hate, when you're like having a nightmare and you're like running and you feel like you cannot run, like you're running through like water or whatever. Yeah.
Hmm.
I hate those nightmares. Like I've had those maybe like a couple times throughout my life, but it's definitely one like I remember instinctively having. So,
I don't
um
think I've ever had a nightmare like that.
really? I don't know what the deeper meaning would be. I definitely know I've searched it up, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But I definitely if I could like inference, I think it would definitely have to do with like trying to run away from like your problems perhaps or something like that. I don't know. That's what I would probably say. But I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting question. How about you? Like do you have nightmares
Mine's
often or?
I honestly not really. I think I've had like a majority of the time I've ever had nightmares was mostly about like oh me like losing someone.
Mhm.
Like I've had times where like
Okay.
my nightmares never usually were like fully like about me say like running or anything,
Mm.
but like seeing like something happening to someone else. Like I don't honestly remember many nightmares, but I remember whenever I was like young, I remember that I had like a nightmare where like my father and like my brothers were like pretty much like all just getting like tortured by something. And this
Oh,
was like
okay.
young, and it wasn't like anything like gruesome because I was like a kid.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah.
remember like some minor things where like I just kind of was stuck there watching, and like
Oh, yeah. I've definitely had dreams like
and
that
like,
too.
but it's like I other than that like it's not very often I have nightmares. Honestly, I don't have dreams that often either.
Really? Like do you have like if you do have a dream, is it like usually like a vivid one or is it like
Yeah, and that's once again yeah. So I I guess technically what I'm saying is technically wrong. Everybody dreams.
yeah.
Everybody dreams like multiple dreams a night.
Mhm.
It's just there's a difference between dreaming and being mentally inside of your dream. So
Yeah,
like, you do
yeah.
everybody has multiple dreams, but like it's you don't always visualize said dreams. And honestly, it's not very often I do visualize them. And if I do, it's like it feels like it was only like a couple minutes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Even if it say like is like multiple hours of me being asleep and like it will just feel like oh a couple minutes of this happened. But I have a lot more trouble remembering dreams, so I might dream more often than I remember. But unless it's a very vivid dream, it's very hard for me to ever remember them.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Would you
The
say
only
like
dreams
Sorry, you go
you can
first.
talk. No, you.
I was gonna say like would you say your sleep quality is like good or do you feel like not really?
I mean, usually, yeah, I'd say my sleep quality is pretty good.
Okay, interesting.
I
Yeah.
usually wake up like yeah, like a little groggy, but never like too bad.
Like you feel like you like when
There's
you
some
wake up,
days where
like do you wake up tired? Do you wake up like feeling like, yeah, I had a good night's sleep?
um I almost always wake up tired, but like as soon as like I get up, I like am
Okay.
just like perfectly fine.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah, yeah. So you wake up a little tired, but then you get there pretty much easily.
yeah, I get up and will like go to the bathroom, and then I'm instantly like, okay,
You're like,
let's
oh,
get on with the day.
life.
Like,
I'm
let's go.
alive. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's even how I was. Like, there was one time for volleyball, I had to drive 3 hours to get to the competitor's college.
Mm.
So I had to leave my house. I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. to leave at like 4:30 because I had to be there by 8 a.m. and it was 3 hours, and I've never been there.
Yeah.
And that was after I went to sleep at like 1 a.m.
Oh gosh.
Like even there, like once like I got going, I was fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Granted, after sitting in a car for like hour and a half, I started to fall asleep again because not much sleep in just sitting in a car.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But
Wait, do you sleep in a car
yeah,
easily or no?
no, not
Really? I
usually.
knocked the heck out. I'm so comfortable. Like I'm sleeping for like so long. I'm sleeping for hours. You can ask my friends when
Well,
they drive me. I sometimes fall asleep. So.
see here, usually I'm driving, so
Oh,
I think
true.
that would be a problem.
Oh yeah, perhaps. Yeah, if you're the one driving, guys, don't fall asleep behind your wheel. Okay, like that's not good. So.
But like no, even like before there was not many times where like I've fallen asleep in the car. There has been of course a couple cases. Like there was I think it was like whenever I was coming back from Mexico and like the car ride back home, it was like the middle of the night and I know I fell asleep. It was either that or Jamaica,
Mm,
but it's like not very often do I fall asleep in the car.
yeah.
And I know I have a few times whenever driving to go see some of my family because it'd be like 6 hour car rides and it's like those cases, like sometimes, yes, it does happen.
Yeah.
It's not a very frequent thing, and it never really was.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Do you get like car sickness? Sorry, I know this is not really dream related, but like, do you get like car sickness or?
Mm, no, I don't
Okay,
think so.
that's fair. Yeah, because I know some people who can't sleep in cars also get like car sickness or like something like that. So yeah.
No, I just usually if I'm like in a long car ride and like I'm not driving, I'm either listening to a podcast or I'm reading a book.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's valid though. I feel like I'm usually
That's
listening to
like the only times I
podcasts.
read. I only read whenever I'm in a long car ride and I'm not driving.
That's kind of smart though. Cause
Or
like, what
like
else are you gonna
if I'm
do?
sitting there like somewhere where I don't have great signal. Like whenever I went to Jamaica,
Mm,
the car ride there, a decent amount of the flight there and back, and like in Jamaica we didn't have like the greatest signal.
mm-hmm.
So like I read like 2 or 3 books.
Really?
I read two. I read two
I was
books.
gonna say I'm such a slow reader. I could not even fathom that. Like I have so many unfinished books in my room. Yeah, that's cool though.
But like that's really like the only times that I even really read. But
Mm.
yeah, the whole dreaming thing does not really like I don't really sleep in a car. Dreams like I just barely ever actually remember them unless it is like a vivid one. I will say one that used to happen to me a lot as a kid. I
Mm.
had one reoccurring dream as a kid, and I don't know why, but I don't know if you remember the show Codename Kids Next Door. But I had multiple dreams where I was like a part of that show.
That's not a nightmare, is it? It's just a dream. I was gonna say it
Nope,
does
nope,
sound like a
just was like a
nightmare.
dream.
Oh my god, that's
No,
awesome. I love that. Yeah. Actually, wait. Okay, I have like a recurring. Okay, I haven't had this dream in so long, but I have had this one recurring dream where I'm. Okay, this is before Flynn Rider was a thing. Okay, full disclosure. I remember like throughout my childhood up until maybe like high school, I had like these dreams once in a while where I was getting married to this guy named Finn. I never saw his face. I only ever saw the back of his head, but like his name was Finn, and that's all I knew. And he kind of looks like he has Flynn Rider hair, but like I don't know. And this is before I saw Glee too. So if anyone who's watching like knows Glee, I was like, wait, Finn and Rachel. Did I maybe subconsciously hear it as a kid or something? But like I don't know. I just know I've had like frequent dreams of just like about that. I whether or not he exists, who knows? Maybe it was my past life. Whatever, whatever the world is saying to me, who knows? Like really, who knows? I don't know. Do you have any like strange like dreams you think you could like that are just like unexplainable? Like I know you say you don't really dream a lot, but is there any that are like you just like could not fathom or?
no, because like I said, I honestly don't like really remember many of my dreams.
Yeah.
So like unless it is either reoccurring or was like more like heart racing, I don't really remember it. Like like I said, the sleepwalking one. Of course, I remember that. That one was very vivid. The Codename Kid Next Door. That's whenever I was younger. I used to have that one all the time.
Mm.
And like here and there, like a reoccurring one, I have like oh like I. It's usually actually like the middle of the night, but my body made me think I was sleeping for hours and I'm running late for class.
Mm.
I have that all the
Oh
time,
yeah,
but
same.
like that's really about it. And that
Okay.
does make me curious, like just because you also said same there about like the school one. I wonder like how many dreams are really like more of like a like universal like dream, like it's common like no matter where, it's like very like it's shared between like a lot of people,
Mm.
because like the school one I feel like is a pretty common one, because like a lot of people like, oh, they fell asleep say doing homework,
Yeah.
now it's like they woke up in the middle of the night or something like that. But I wonder,
Yeah.
like, I'm curious, like,
Well,
what other dreams are like very like common
have
between
you
everyone or a lot of people?
have you ever heard of like the lucid dream experience where people like ask for the time and stuff, or if not,
Eesh,
if
I would need
not?
more than.
Okay. So it's this really cool thing that just like it's still stuck in my head because I'm like I just cannot fathom it either. So basically people like do you know what lucid dream is? So like when people can like control their dreams and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically, lucid dream, for whoever doesn't know, is where you have a dream and you kind of like you're dreaming, you're aware of it, and you can kind of like control what's happening. Like if you tell yourself, "Oh, I want to fly," you can fly and all that. So, yeah. So people who have like trained themselves to lucid dream and like have control over most of their dreams, have experienced this phenomenon where they will, like, if you go to anyone in your dream world and ask them what time it is, or what the date is, they will either freak out on you or they would say, I can't tell you that. And for some reason, everyone, like anyone, like there's so many, you can like look on Reddit. There's so many people who have this experience where they have done this and they had the exact same thing happen where they're like, you cannot be here. And then they basically kick you out of the dream and then people wake up with a headache. And it's like, it's such like for me, it feels like it's like sort of paranormal, but also it's like if it is scientific, like what would the reasoning be? Like why would your brain tell you like, oh, you can't know what time it is where you are? Like does that mean you're transporting somewhere? Does that mean you're like your brain just is just not sure? Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it opens up so many questions.
so I do have two different questions about it. So
Okay.
one is like, have you ever experienced that?
A lucid dream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
like
Well,
more
not
like that, not just like a lucid dream, but more the case of how you were just explaining, like, oh,
I'm
if you
too
try acid.
scared. I'm too scared to do that. If I were to ever try, I think I would get like honestly spooked because when I first heard that, it was like in the middle of the night and I was like, what the hell? How does everybody have this experience? Like there's no way. Like are there like dream police or something? Like is that a thing? I've had a lucid dream before, but that was like just a short temporary one when I was a kid where this was before I knew what lucid dream was. I guess I just kind of became aware. I was like, wait, I'm dreaming, and I was like, wait, I want to fly, and then I flew, and then it didn't last long. I woke up pretty soon after that, but um, yeah, I know people can go for like extended periods of time and like just control their dreams, but it's a hard skill to develop. Like I know you have to do like certain things. You have to like journal every day. You have to like do all this stuff. Like I'm sure if you look into it, there's like so many things you can do with that. Yeah. Would do you think you would ever like get into that? Do you think you'd ever want to try to like control your dreams?
I mean, I could be wrong about this, and I've never tried to like the extent of flying, but
Mm-hmm.
anytime I have a dream that I can remember
Mm-hmm.
or like more feel part of, I am in control.
Okay.
Like
Really?
whatever, if I'm thinking of something, like sometimes it'll be like, oh, I think of like something troublesome happening, and that does happen. Or like I'm like fully like I feel in control of like the specific like. Usually my dreams are in first person. Like I'm in, it's my view. And like
Yeah.
anytime I like have this, I can like feel like my body and I can see it like move in like the dream.
Oh.
So like I feel
Maybe.
like I can't like might have like extent. I've never tried like the flying thing or anything, but
Yeah.
this is also the first time I've ever heard of the time thing. I've never heard
Yeah.
of that.
I recently heard about it
Never.
last year, and I was like, "What is this? Like, that's crazy." Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of that being a thing.
You said you had a second question, or?
Yeah, I was trying to remember it
I'm
'cause
sorry.
I
Both of
I
us.
can't rem
Both of us just losing our train of thought. Welcome to the
Oh
podcast,
yeah, I
guys, where we forget. Uh,
I had another question, but now I can't think what it was.
that's okay. I'm sure
I'm
like it'll
trying
come
to
back.
now I'm trying to think what it was because I've completely
Just play elevator
yeah, I've
music.
completely lost it. I've completely lost the second question.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe it'll
It's
come up. I'm
gone.
sure it'll
It
come
it
up.
left. It went home.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's a good time to answer. Hey guys, if you have any questions or comments, concerns regarding the podcast, feel free to leave them in the comment section. We will happily reply and maybe even talk about it in the future podcast. So, yeah.
And by we mean Kawaa will happily reply. Because
Cause
I'll be honest, I still don't think I've signed into our YouTube channel.
that's okay. Hey guys, I have the login
I,
information, so
I've not signed into any of it.
it's okay. You know what? Like, well, just wait for 50 episodes and then maybe one day everyone comment Himiko log in. That way we can get him to log in. So.
Yeah, no, I still not gone about that process of logging into any of that. Why? I I meant to. I I did mean to,
Yeah, it's all good.
and
It's
then
all
I
good.
didn't.
No, it's okay. See, yeah.
I still can't remember what the other question was. It's annoying me now
Yeah.
because I felt like it was a good question too, and I
So
just
lucid
completely lost
dreams.
it. It's
Talking
just
about
gone.
lucid dreams, and then I told you about the time thing. You ask the people what time it is. They kick you out of the dream. They wake up with headaches.
Oh, I
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
So it was going off of the case of you saying like if it was like oh something was more of like stopping you from say being there. A
Hmm.
another theory that I've heard
Okay.
and I find very interesting and I'm just curious if you've ever heard this one
Okay.
is the cases that dreams are actually you like living in a different like reality.
Ooh.
Like how like that's one I've heard like quite a bit that I find very interesting. I I could see it. Like it's the case of like, oh, like that's why like sometimes you'll see like, especially if it's a dream about like real life,
Yeah.
like a more like real thing over like, of course, compared to like, oh, me dreaming as the code name kid next door, like that stuff. No, but like the case of like, oh, you're dreaming and you saw this like thing happen in real life that never happened.
Hmm.
Some people theorize that that's because you're dreaming of something that is happening in a different reality.
Yeah.
And like I was actually I've been watching an anime that is Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. It's
Oh,
a very popular
I've
anime
heard of
right
that
now.
one. Wait, what's it
But
about?
like um I don't fully know how to like explain it.
Okay. Okay.
But like there's like a whole there's like one scene well I guess it's more than one scene. But there's like one part of it where somebody like one point did go to sleep and woke up as themselves, but in a completely different like reality.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah.
So like I find that's why I kind of find that one interesting because of course there's anime that has some stuff about it, but like it would make sense as well in my opinion because like those are the
I
ones I remember the most are the ones that are more like
I definitely
oh it
like
happened in real life. It's more vivid like that. Like the case of like whenever I was sleepwalking, my family like left.
okay.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I could see that being like, of course, because it might be because it's a more simple thing, but I could see that being like a real thing of like, hey, in a different reality, like at this
Yeah.
exact time, like someone in my family did say
Yeah. Like
they were leaving
cuz like what
or
happens
whatever it might have
like
been.
my question, my train of thought goes to, let's say you're dreaming and you're in your dream world and you decide to go to sleep in your dream. What happens? Do you wake up or do you just? It's like have you heard of there's like a philosophy actually that I learned. It was like or like a philosophy story, I suppose. It was called the Zhuangzi butterfly. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope I am. And basically this guy has this philosophy where he's like, when we dream, are we really dreaming or are we actually just waking up? And it's weird because like but then if you go to sleep in your dream, are you just waking up or are you just falling asleep in your other reality, quote unquote? So then it's like
Well,
it's such a
that's kind of
weird
like
yeah.
a whole nother thing of like the case of how people believe like so many different things. Like of course like
Mm-hmm.
there's like people who believe like we're more in just like the matrix and stuff, like a simulation, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of falls under a, like in my mind, like a very similar thing of like, if when we're going to sleep we're actually just waking up.
Yeah.
If it is the case of, say, we are just living like multiversal, like other realities, like lives,
Mm-hmm.
that could be seen as either way, because then it's like the case of like, hey, you went to sleep, you see this specific thing happening,
Yeah.
but maybe that's like your actual life. Like then that comes to the question of like, what is truly like, which one's truly your life?
Yeah, right?
But that
Well,
also comes to a case of like, this makes me kind of curious. Say someone in like a coma or
oh.
like some reason like a deep sleep like that. I'm
Mm.
curious. Do they dream? And if they
True.
do dream, I'm also curious of the case of like, are they picturing, like, are they living like a whole different life, say, in this dream? Or
Yeah.
like, what's happening? And of course,
Yeah.
that's not something that can be determined yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I would be interested to know. And I know like some scientists are trying to potentially make like some way to more see what's happening. And like,
Mm.
I think they've made some device out there that lets them know like if you're having like a reoccurring dream, because it'll be like the same, like pretty much like pulse, because your heart will beat like the same way
Yeah.
and going off more like brain waves and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm curious to know if like they'll ever actually be able to make something that, say, lets you like project someone's dreams.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I feel like that's definitely something someone will invent one day. And
I I I bet it will too.
yeah.
But then I feel like that would make it even more interesting to try it on someone who's, say, in deep sleep, in comatose,
Mm-hmm.
like anything along those lines. Because like, yes, it is like proven that like whenever someone's in a coma, they usually can still hear the people around
Right.
them.
Yeah.
They just can't
Yeah.
do much more than that.
So it's
So then
like
it's a case of like, if they are, say, in this dream, then is like in another reality they're hearing someone like calling out to them? Is it that same person, or is it like, do they just not dream and it's
oh.
just kind of like darkness and they're just hearing the voices?
Yeah. Honestly, that sounds kind of unfortunate. Maybe. Like cuz it's also like how can you hear things but you can't like cognize? Like are you yeah, it's like what you said, like are you cognizing it as that person's voice or just like you're hearing a voice or you know what I mean?
Right, or is it the case of you're actually just normally hearing their voice, and like I said, like maybe you just don't see it, like you can't see anything? Because the case of like, oh, why you can't talk and stuff is usually whenever you're in like a comatose state,
Yeah.
you lose like all control of like all your like muscles and everything like that. So of course you won't be able to talk, because if you can't control your muscles to cause your mouth to open or your tongue to go, or like everything like that, to
Oh, yeah.
create these sound waves,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to.
Yeah, makes sense.
So like it makes sense. Like hearing does not involve anything but your actual brain going, which
Huh.
usually if you're in a like a comatose state, your brain
Mhm.
is still going.
Yeah.
So then that, once again, like that makes me feel even more confident that they would dream, because your dreams are usually because your brain's activity.
Yeah, right? Like it
But then
wow.
it goes to the case of thinking of REM sleep. If they can't move their, say, muscles, are their eyes able to move on their own?
Oh, true. Because that's what happens when you're in REM sleep, right? They like move back and
Right,
forth.
you're right. Your it's your rapid eye movement,
Yeah.
but it's usually something not controlled by you.
Yeah, it's
It's just
just
more of your
your
brain's doing it, but not
yeah.
like you physically making your eyes move. So in that case, is now I'm curious of like, say they do dream,
Mm.
do they visualize said dreams? Or
Yeah.
because like if the
Well,
eyes say move on their own and you don't have to control it, maybe it happens. But if it's more something that you still need to be able to control in some ways, even slightly like subconsciously,
yeah.
then you wouldn't picture it, because then your eyes aren't doing what they're like
Mm.
rapidly
I
moving
mean
to
like
create these portrayals.
yeah. I know that blind people, I think some blind people, like if they were born blind, they only dream about sounds. They don't dream about like seeing things because they wouldn't know what things look like, you know? So,
Well, yeah, and that's like the same case as the people who can't like just don't dream and like visually or like can't like bring up stuff like memories visually. They're
yeah.
like the same cases. Like theirs is much more of like it's like
Oh,
sound or like emotions.
interesting.
Like
Yeah, I guess that makes
I've
sense.
it's like I've heard multiple things where that's what it is. It's pretty much just solely like emotional stuff. Like
Yeah.
they don't picture it, but like they can feel it all happening on like a deeper level.
Yeah, yeah. Do you believe that this kind of like in a different direction, but do you believe that dream worlds can exist like cuz I guess I'm asking cuz I've had experiences where I've dreamt of the same place multiple times. And not like a place I know. It would be like this for example, this one obscure place. It's like a haunted house with like a roller coaster in it. That's the best way I could explain it. But I remember like I've dreamt about this place twice, and I only remembered because like this because I journaled it the first time, and the second time I dreamt of it, I was like, wait, I've dreamt of this place before, and
Yeah, I could believe that could definitely be a thing of like a dream world, but also that technically could once again tie into the case of maybe you're seeing a different reality. Once
mm,
again, like I feel like those could go one way or another. Like yes,
yeah,
I could picture it being say a dream world you are dreaming of some other like plane of existence that your own mind is making.
mm,
But also I could see it maybe it's the case of oh instead this is So-So's dream, like So-So's life, and you're more of like for some reason in their like mind instead of your own.
yeah,
So it's like another like once again like without like of course scientific facts to kind of prove it or really like let you know, it's kind of hard to ever figure out what is happening.
yeah,
But that's why like I find that once again like I said earlier, like I think dreams are so fascinating because there's so many different theories like that. Like as to is it like you picturing someone else's life? Is it this? Is it that?
mm,
So it makes me just want to like delve deeper into it, even though like currently we really don't have the stuff to.
right, exactly.
So give me 1 second.
No worries. We're kind of getting to that time, anyways. Oopsies. Oompa loompa doompa dee doo. Something,
But
something. You say apatapata?
no, I just was making noises.
Oh.
Sorry, I was just switching my thing to my phone since I need to start walking to my car.
No worries. Well, we are just
But
getting
we
to
still
that
have,
time, anyways. Are you
well,
just
we
going to
still
your
have
car?
some time. I'm just gonna walk to my car so I can, well, pack up so I can start walking to my car. But we still have time.
Okie dokie. Do you have any more questions you want to ask?
Give me a second. I know I had more. I just need to re-pull up my thing because I wrote them down somewhere. Here they are.
Oompa loompa doompa dee doo. Something, something Willy Wonka.
So you kind of answered this one in a like way,
Okay.
but not like fully. So this one, like another question I had was, do you think like have you ever had a dream that changed how like you saw something in real life? Like as you said, like you had your case of like the specific picture of your one teacher.
Yeah.
Like you saw it like the next day or whatever you said it was, but you
Mm.
saw it in your dream.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like anything like maybe more like deeper than just that? Like, oh, you saw like say I've I heard I can't fully remember the story, but I heard a story that somebody they were dreaming and they saw like a just like this like extremely like common looking place, a common looking building, but whenever like they approached it, like there was just like some I can't remember exactly what they saw, but they saw something that like completely like shocked them. But
Yeah.
then like one day they were like on like a road trip and they saw the exact same house and like their heart dropped as soon as they did.
Oh, that'd be terrifying.
Like they felt like the same feeling they did whenever
Oh,
they pictured it in their dream.
yeah.
So I was just curious, have you ever experienced something more in like a deeper case like that where it's like now anytime you see something of like a similar nature that
Mm,
like it just kind of like you just picture in like a different light even if it is something basic?
not in like my heart dropped like I'm spooked kind of way. Like the closest thing I think I could say that has happened is, you know how I said I had two dreams where like I've seen something like reoccur. The second one was like a more of a little one. It was like maybe I manifested. I don't know. Some people might call it that. But I remember I had a dream that I kissed this guy, and then I didn't even see him till like a year later. Like I kissed this guy at a party in my dream, and then a year later I was at a party and he was there, and then we kissed. So maybe I'm Delulu. Maybe maybe that's all it is. But that was like it was so weird because it was like wait, because like this guy did not even matter to me at all when I had the dream. So like when it happened, I was like,
Hmm.
oh, that was weird. That's like not gonna happen. And then a year later, it happened, and I was like, wait, what? Like think about it. It's like, wait, did my body just know something, or like, did my mind just tap into some kind of like timeline or of some sorts, or I don't know. Like, I can speculate so many things, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. Have you
Well,
ever?
that kind of goes to the case of like deja vu.
Mm,
Like people usually whenever they have deja vu, they actually, at least from what I've heard, is they've previously experienced it in a dream.
right. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why like why have I lived this before, or why have I
Yeah.
seen this before? It's usually the case of a dream. It's not usually a case of like, oh, it actually happened before.
Yeah.
And
True.
that like a lot of people, once again, with deja vu, it loops for a lot of people for how we brought up the theory of an alternate reality.
Yeah.
Deja vu is also theorized like heavily that it's connected to another reality.
That would be so. Yeah, well, actually, speaking of deja vu, I actually had deja vu the other day. So, like, now that you're saying that and, like, knowing the feeling of it, it's like, because I was just at work and it was just, like, you know, those, like, little times where, like, you'll see a certain scene, like, certain people are in certain positions, people are, like, doing certain things, and you're like, wait, this feels so familiar. Like, this has happened before. It was, like, one of those
Yeah.
things. And it's like, what if? Like,
Well,
what?
yeah.
Because I don't remember half my dreams either. So I'm like, what if I just had a random dream of that happening and then I just didn't remember it and then,
Right. So a lot of people theorize that like deja vu is either because they had a dream of it,
yeah.
or some people once again believe it's the case of in some way like you saw this when you're somehow tapped into like another reality of yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And if say you like it is that case, say like this exact same thing happened then,
Mm,
and who knows when it would have been in like their life or that
yeah.
version of you's life,
Mm-hmm.
but it could have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what people theorize. That's like the same case with like the dreams, is because it's theorized that it's like a different life.
Yeah.
Some people kind of like make that connection between deja vu and dreams even more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, well, also going back to what I said, like, with the whole lucid dreams and, like, asking people, oh, what time is it? Like, what if, this is, like, kind of far-fetched, but I'm sure some people already believe it, but, like, what if when you're dreaming of, like, the future? Or, like, future events? Or, like, you know what I mean? Because then, like, because, like, what's with the whole freaking out about, like, what time it is or what day it is? And, like, oh, yeah, and also apparently when you dream, if you look at a clock, it'll say, like a weird time. Like it could be like 4 in the morning in your dream, but it'll look like it's like midday, or you know.
And what? Yeah, and that's also like just very interesting to think about. Is the case of what if you are, say, like you said, experiencing like the future in some cases,
Mhm.
and that would make sense for the case of how you said, um, like can't ask them the time because so and so happens if you do,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you can't. If you look at a clock, it says some random time, so then now you don't like recognize like
Yeah, like or
when this happened.
it'll have like gibberish letters that aren't even numbers or something like that, and like I think I have like actually like I remember like small moments in dreams where I've like looked at the clock and it was just like it did not look right. But also that's one of the ways like people actually start lucid dreaming is like if you look at a clock in your dream and you look at it and it doesn't look like a normal clock, then you can kind of be like, oh yeah, I am dreaming. But it's such a weird connection to like know to do that. It's like even if it's your brain doing all the work, it's like why that to make you be like, oh yeah, it's a dream, you know?
Well, also the case of, and this kind of goes to, like, this goes with like another question I was gonna ask,
Okay.
is the case of, do you believe, like, artists and writers will like use like their dreams to help them create their own story?
A
Because
hundred
like going
percent.
into the case of like the, say, if you see a clock in a weird way,
Yeah.
some people I can't, like, there's a lot of paintings that are done like this where it is
Oh.
like a clock like melting or
Yeah.
hanging over a tree. Like,
I love
there's many
surrealism.
paintings like that.
I love those paintings. I love how like
Do you,
just not normal and conventional they are. Like I actually really love those paintings. I'm glad you brought that up.
so that's what I'm kind of curious. Do you think that could be thrown hand in hand with that? So like, as you said, it's like the case of like going into a lucid dream or like the start of it, you see the clock weird. Do you think that means it is possible that they saw that exact clock in their dream?
I mean, it makes sense because at the time of those paintings being made, I'm sure like the clocks weren't digital, right? So I wonder if that's why. Or yeah, I don't know. Well, I definitely think dreams can 100% impact people's creativity. Like I know it has with mine. Like I know I've definitely like I remember I had a dream about like this story, and when I took creative writing, I definitely made that dream into a story. And yeah, like you can find so much inspiration from just dreams. And yeah, uh,
Yeah, that's something
wow.
that like whenever like bringing up the whole case of the clocks, that's where my mind went, was because once again you specifically said
Mm-hmm.
a weird looking clock.
Yeah.
And I personally also agree that like someone's like artistic stuff can be tied hand in hand with a like dream or anything like that. But it's also the case of like to what extent.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely genuinely like a gift to be able to like really reimagine your dreams to the point where you could like paint them and stuff. Because I feel like I don't know. Like I've done like dream journals and stuff where I like watercolored my dreams and all that, but it's like it's so hard to truly like capture what you saw and even to like remember all the details and stuff. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's like I don't know. If you guys have that gift, whoever's like listening, like that's incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lucky to remember a dream right after waking up, nonetheless being able to paint a picture for it.
I'm lucky to remember what I ate for breakfast, but you know. Yeah.
Nothing. That's the answer.
Nothing. Yeah, caught. I had a girl breakfast, which was a monster and some gum. So
Valid, valid.
yum
JK, I've
yum.
never drank Monster except
What?
for their non-energy drink.
No way. It's so good. I'm gonna have one later.
The only t- the only time I've ever had Monster was at a Comic Con. They were giving out free Monster, and they had the energy drink versions, and they also had like the
Free?
ones that like weren't energy drinks and were just kind of like a like juice type of thing.
Excuse me. Where was my invite? Free monster? What? That's amazing.
That was during the time where you didn't talk to me.
Wow. You know what? I had
You
life
know that
things.
that gap in time where you stopped caring about any of your online friends and stopped talking to me.
I ghosted the world. I'm so sorry. It happens. I had to go get my V-Bucks in order. And
Okay, and I think that's a good place to end the podcast. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Kawaa?
6, 7.
6, 7.
God.
All right.
Anyways.
For anyone watching, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Uh, if there's anything specifically, any dreams that you personally had that like affected you in some way, or that you could relate to some of these stories, feel free to drop a comment about it. If there's a topic you think would be interesting for us to talk about, or any specific questions you think are just interesting and want answered, we can always try our best. Feel free to leave a comment in the Yeah, feel free to leave a comment. That's all that sentence needs to go to.
Just comment, guys.
Don't
Just
mind me.
comment anything.
I almost said leave a comment in the chat,
In the chat.
but
It's Twitch now.
this isn't Twitch. This is not Twitch.
Hey, you know what you guys can
Or
do though? You guys can like and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you can see when we upload. And also follow our Instagram. It's just wait, hold on, let me find the name. Just kidding. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. How about that? Let's hope I remember. Just like yell at editing Kawaa
also
if I forget.
you could throw. We could also just throw it into like the description
Oh
of the
yes.
video or in the comments.
There you go. Check the
You
description,
know,
guys.
because it's easier if we put the link on something they can click. They can't click the screen of a video without pausing.
That's a skill issue, in my opinion, but.
Yeah, you're right. They should just learn how. But all right.
Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.